Damn, and we're live. Good morning. Hello, and how are you? I'm streaming from StreamYard once again, and I still don't see, the audience, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take it from the top. Good morning. Hello, and how are you? Welcome to TED Talk Tuesday with Bronx Girl. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Hope everyone had a great start to their morning and uh, had a healthy start to their morning. It's a beautiful day in New York City, even though it's cold. The sun is out. I'm here. I'm not going to stay long. I'm going to try to keep it to like 30 minutes and under. But I don't know if anyone caught the topic, but yeah, the topic is Cardi B, our Bronx sister. And I wanted to talk about that because, that was like the hot topic for the last couple of days. Cardi B, Stephon Diggs, and they are no longer together. And yes, I said our Bronx sister because she is from the Bronx. And if you know me, you've been listening from day one, you know how I feel about the Bronx. I don't have nothing to say bad about the Bronx. Only thing I can and will admit to, yes, the Bronx is considered the poorest borough out of all of the boroughs. And that's okay, right? Places are made for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to get into a like a economic speech or lecture, but I love the Bronx. I know the Bronx has its share of downfalls, and we are considered the poorest. And I won't ever like deny that. But as far as like me living in the Bronx and talking down on the Bronx, no. But other people seem to have the boldness and the courage to talk about the Bronx in many ways. And excuse me, and it's not always so nice. It's like always negative. It's like the Bronx is like um I don't know, a scapegoat for people to feel better about themselves. So I won't even confirm or even, you know, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't. I have some type of feeling about people when they start discussing the Bronx, like in the way that they do it, in a hateful, cruel, mean way. And Cardi B is from the Bronx, right? At one point in time, when she used to speak about the Bronx, I used to give her the side eye. But when you look at her and you speak at, when you listen to her and she speak and the way she carry herself, a lot of people like her, and that's understandable because she's from the Bronx. A lot of Bronx girls are down to earth, and you know what? A lot of us Bronx girls, since I'm on the topic of talking about Bronx girls because that's the name of all of my channels, Bronx Girl. This one, Insight and Perspective with Bronx Girl. Um, Bronx girls have it the worst. I'm not saying it because I'm agreeing with the naysayers or the haters. I'm just saying you tell someone, oh, she's from the Bronx, or I'm from the Bronx because I don't go around announcing I'm from the Bronx. Like, we don't do that. But we have it twice as hard because we already are looked down or like forgotten and that we should not be in existence. But Bronx girls have to be twice as smart. We have to be twice as 10 steps ahead, right? Because for the simple fact that we automatically get judged, and now people are coming to realize like the real Bronx girls are bougie, right? But in a smart, intelligent way, not in a snobby, elitist, turn up your nose way. And Cardi, she I think shows an example of not because she's a Bronx girl, right? No, but because she's an example of what not to do when it comes to a relationship. And I've been speaking about this so many times. I try to show and express that I am a girl's and that I am willing to take a L for the women for being single. You know what I mean? I am willing to say, yes, I am so proud to be single. I don't want to endure any suffering or any pain from some man. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that type of woman that has to endure and suffering from a man just because I don't want to be looked at as single and lonely. Like, that's okay with me. It's not even an insult. It just reflects on the person that's saying it. Like, how dumb are you? You know what I mean? But with Cardi B, she is a very example of a lot of women across America, a lot of women in the hood, a lot of women in the black community. I don't care if you Spanish, black, or whatever. You know, a lot of women have these traits, these characteristic traits of trying to please a man, going hard for him, um, batting for him, ride or die. And this is the very example that I try to at least set or speak about, or, at least um, elaborate on, that why women should be the opposite of Cardi B. Don't get me wrong, Cardi B is likable. She's nice, she's funny, she's just, she got charisma, you know, she's cool, she's down to earth. But when it comes to men, sometimes she fall a little bit short. And the problem I think with Cardi B is, like, most importantly, where she fumbled the ball, or, you know, gave in, is where, she wants her money, her riches, to get her to, the top. Like, she want to be seen as number one. She want to seen as primary when it comes to relationships. And what she don't realize, what she do, is she buy her way into these men's lives without her knowing it. I don't think she's doing it intentionally. I don't think her intent is wrong at all coming into relationships. I do think she is the type of woman, girl, that wants love and want to be with someone for the rest of her life and enjoy her family. But the cost that she's willing to go to, make a family, is something that I try to stress, or at least share with women, that it doesn't get you anywhere by being a submissive woman. And I speak about this all the time about submissive women. I don't have a problem with submissive women. Like, I'm not sitting there like, criticizing or judging you because you are a submissive woman. I'm talking about the overall expectations of a submissive woman, that is supposed to endure and suffer, right? But two consenting adults, um, a consenting woman being a submissive woman, no, I don't have nothing, a problem against that. But the problem is like these submissive women, such as Cardi B, who think what she's doing is law, or she's going to get some type of reward in the end. It always turn out to be chaotic and disappointing. First, Offset. I like Offset better than Stephon Diggs. At least he has some type of sense. Offset, I hear him speak, he sounds intelligent, in most cases where he speak about himself. But it's not about Offset, but what I'm saying is, and linking up to and trying to, pivot to, is that Cardi B met Offset. He already had children, right? He had hundreds of children. This is just me being funny. They got married. Well, I don't think she wanted to have a baby unless they were married, right? But okay, I'm not trying to be funny, but through the optics of looking at Cardi B and Offset relationship, yeah, it makes sense because they both have money. But I don't think they needed to get legally married, because you see the outcome now. I feel like Cardi B, not forced, but it was her idea to get married to Offset. And he, because he's a man and he's weak and he has to look good, and his image, Cardi B saves men images. So he jumped on board to marry her without a doubt, with no problem. And that's the crazy thing. That's where I gather with Cardi B, right? She want to be number one. She want to be primary. She want to be the admired one out of all of her boyfriends, present and past girlfriends. That didn't work out. They had three babies, which, I like Cardi B, the way she mother her children, nurture her babies. She's a good mom. I just think she's a good I'm not saying a good girl or good woman. I don't like that term, but I just think she's cool and down to earth. She's likable. Her and Offset didn't work out so tough. So, Cardi B moved on. And that's okay. She was supposed to move on. But she moved on to worse. The same pattern that she follows the same pattern. And I'm not gonna say Offset and Stephon Diggs are the two of alike. They're not. They just men. Okay, they just men. That's it. They two different people may have the same traits, which is why Cardi B probably was attracted to Stephon Diggs. But this one that she took, Stephon Diggs, I don't even know what attraction she found towards him. Right? He had hundreds of babies before they started messing with each other. He had hundreds of babies while she was pregnant with his baby. That just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just okay. I guess what I'm saying is I don't overexert myself. I can't give more than what I have to give. And Cardi B give more than what she should give. She give unnecessarily. Cardi B is the savior. She want to swoop in and save someone. And it's okay to save a person, but save someone that needs to be saved. She saved all of the wrong people, thinking that her charm and her beauty, her her charm, her beauty, her intellect, you know, um, it accounts for her saving a man, and this is what I get from Cardi, that she's a savior and she's a people pleaser, especially when it comes to men. When she started messing with Stephon, I'm like, ew. I haven't seen him in person, but I'm not saying, oh my goodness, he's hideous. I don't find him sexy at all. I don't find him fine. I don't find him, I mean, he still act like a little boy when he's speaking his interviews, and that's where I'm gonna jump into at with Stefan and Cardi B breaking up, which I'm glad they did, because she was going so hard. She was her a real ride or die, and I love Cardi B because she's from the Bronx. BX stand up. Okay. Uh she was really going hard for him these last few weeks. I was really hard to tune in to see Cardi B going hard for um Stephon Diggs, right? We all know that they broke up. We all know that Cardi, because I don't have to reiterate. I don't want to have to go backtrack. I'm like, oh, she should have known. I'm not saying none of that shit. I'm not even going to put her down. If anything, is this live is to lift her and support her, because it's millions of women out there like that that's just like her. She's just an entertainer, and that's that, right? But she was really going hard for him during the Super Bowl week. Like, she didn't even know about football. She didn't know about football that much, but she started getting in it and asking questions, which is okay, which is good. Like, I feel like women that date men that play sports, right? Right. Only for the women that play sports. And I'm going to get back to it, but I just have a little remark to insert. Um, Women, if you date a man that plays sports, whatever type of sports he play, you need to learn how the sports go, right? You need to learn how it works, unless he's that type of man, that loving, kind, gentle man, and he'll sit there and y'all watch a football game, but you are yourself picking up on the game, but you want to know certain things. Like, you need to know a little sports just for yourself if your man watch sports, right? Because a lot of women don't like sports. I could sit there and watch a football game. I used to watch football with my father, and we used to discuss plays. And he taught me a little. Um, I watch football with any guy that I'm with that watch football. I could watch a football game, right? And if I want to know anything, I'll ask. But I think it's up to us women that we should know a little bit about sports, especially the sports that your man um watch. But I say that to say, because during the Super Bowl week, Stephon Diggs was giving interviews, and he was talking about Cardi B. And in one interview, he was saying that, yeah, Cardi is a good girl. She's a good person. I know I'm a difficult person. I'm not easy to deal with. Typical hateful man shit. This is how you know the man is a horrible person when he say, "I'm a difficult person to deal with. I know I'm not always right." We already know your problem. But the fact that he was reading it as a script, like, "Oh yeah, you know, Cardi, she asks me questions about the game, and she called." This is Stefan Diggs showing you, showing us how he gaslight or how he gaslit Cardi B, right? Because this is why I say, women, you should at least know a little bit about the sports or pretend you know about the sports. That's it. That's all. So he's in a interview, Stephon Diggs, and he's like saying how Cardi B calls him after a game or asks him any questions or asks him how he's doing during a game. And from then on, he said other things like, she's a good girl, you know, she's been there for me, you know, acting like he's reading off of a script. It didn't sound genuine. But where I saw where he can become a potential narcissist or psychopath, allegedly, uh is in his pattern of speaking on how she speak of how he speak about Cardi B, right? So I gathered that when the reason why Stephon Diggs decided he wanted to choose Cardi B as his primary girlfriend, because he chooses his girlfriend, they don't choose him. He choose, and you could tell by the women that he have the babies with. He's the one that choose the women, not them choosing him. But Cardi B have a little bit more momentum than the other women, so he at least let her think she was being in a bit of control, and he participated. Right. So what I gather by him in his interviews when he's speaking about Cardi B is that he probably was telling her like, "Yo, you probably the first girl that I really, that really asked me about the game, that's interested in the game. Like, I mean, you know, I got other girls they interested, but they not like you. You really care, gaslighting her to think." And because he be like, "Yo, because after he said after every game or before the game, um, Cardi B would call and ask him about that because she didn't like football. She didn't know about football. So he made sure that she would become interested in football, you know, because she told him, "Oh, I'm not interested. I don't like football. I don't watch football." Stop lying. Stop telling these men the truth. You got to start lying. You know what I mean? Because that's where that's where they pick up vulnerability. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she don't watch football. She's into me because I'm into football. So I'm gonna make her feel like she's special because she's so interested in the game now, and because she's so like inquisitive about what I do. Right. So I would use that against her. That's how he got her to come out to all the games, like to put her in the spotlight because she messed up and told him, "Oh, I want to know about football." Instead of just be playing the field. I mean, well, keeping her image to the back. Like I would have just stayed like in the cut when it came to Stephon Diggs, not getting out there and supporting him and encouraging him because you're my boyfriend. I'm sorry. I feel like women, girlfriends like Cardi B, and other women like football players and wives, they have a lot of responsibility coming out there and supporting their their loved ones or their significant others, which is okay. That's what you're supposed to do. But Cardi B was really going hard for Stephon Diggs. She just had a baby. She was dressing up for the NFL. He was putting her in the spotlight, highlighting her, praising her, and admiring her like a psychopath narcissist do. Right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, Cardi B from the Bronx, you just had a baby 2 months ago. Why are you going so hard for him? This is your time to rest. You have a tour coming up. He's talking about Cardi. He everything he tried to make it seem like, Cardi was the one. Cardi was the one, but he was lying, right? He was lying. He has a pattern of Stephon Diggs has a pattern of gaslighting vulnerable, naive women. When Cardi B did that interview with Gayle King, she told Gayle King that he makes her feel safe. I knew that was a lie. I knew that he was a narcissist, social psychopath, right? Because I feel like no man. I don't know how. What I don't know how I would describe a man making me feel safe, right? I mean, in certain cases, yeah, you could come, you could talk to them. The man that you could come and talk to, and he offer you comfort, or he offer you guidance. He can learn from you. You can teach him. That's the type of man I feel will make me feel safe. But I just don't understand how she felt safeness from him and he had 100 kids already or kids on the way. I don't understand. And this is how you know that. And plus, Cardi said, oh, we all sister wives or some shit like that. So he probably is really a polygamist, right? And she just didn't. Mm-mm. That's not even the case. But a lot of people were bragging about, well, happy that they broke up. I'm not happy. It's just sad that she had to be used like that. He used her. Right? He did use her. I'm sorry. Cardi B was like anytime you see a woman like Cardi B, Meg the Stallion, Glorilla, all of these women, of course, they are probably a traditional type of woman. They want to be with in a relationship, in a healthy relationship, right? And they want a partner, which is okay. That's okay. I feel like when you have your own money, you have your own money, you could do what you want to do. You don't have to go so hard for a man. There's no need. But Cardi B was really going hard for him, riding or die for him. You know, at the games, like speaking up for him and shit and all this. This is where I got a little upset, at our Bronx sister going hard for Cardi B. I mean, going hard for Stephon Diggs for no apparent reason, right? I really knew, we already knew it wasn't going to last because he's not capable of maintaining a relationship, right? I don't have anything to say about Cardi B having a baby with that Stephon Diggs. That is her choice. I don't have anything to say about, nothing. I'm not going to say nothing bad about her. I'm just going to say that, Cardi B really proves the point that when you are a submissive woman or you become a submissive woman, you have to know that being a submissive woman, by definition, well, not the correct, but the laws that you follow as a submissive woman. And I'm going to always stress this point until all of the women realized what a submissive woman is. And Cardi B exhibited what a submissive woman is. Y'all may call her all these names, which I'm not going to repeat because I don't like them. You know, um, you know the names y'all call her. I don't got those names for Cardi B. Only time I had a problem with Cardi B is when she dissed the Bronx. You know what I mean? But as she got older, you can see that for me, as I get older, I see things differently now. She is a Bronx girl that people like, down to earth, cool, funny, smart, intelligent, pretty, don't give a fuck. There's nothing wrong with none of those attributes, right? But people take it and they turn it around and it turned into something horrible. Yes, of course, we're not going to all agree with she do, but I am not going to get up here on a daily basis and just go against her. As a Bronx girl, I won't ever do that. But when it comes to being a submissive woman, when Cardi B shows that she's a submissive woman, because she is a submissive woman, she's just not going to say it. She may have her own money and she could make her own decisions, but she is a typical woman that is supposed to, as a submissive woman, is supposed to endure the suffering of a man behavior, right? Because didn't y'all see when she first started out with him, when she first started out, promoting him, supporting him, and encouraging him and hyping him up during the Super Bowl? She was hype, all of those things, right? And then afterwards, after the day before the game, she lost her enthusiasm, one may say, right? Okay, so listen, this is why you're not supposed to do shit like that. You're just supposed to play it safe, like be in the back. Hello, how are you? Greet the crowd, not hype up the crowd, not be in the front of the crowd, not posing for the crowd, not dressing for the crowd, none of that, right? But submissive women are supposed to do that, and this is what Cardi B was doing. And a lot, and now it comes to find out, all of he had his side girls there. That's dumb. Like that's a slap in the face. He looked like he has problems. He was fighting on the field that day, right? He was angry, very angry. He's a very angry man. And this is what submissive women supposed to come in and lick the wounds of an angry man like that. No, I'm not doing it. I'm glad I know Cardi B. This is her, and I guess the part I'm tripping off of is because Cardi B has a tour coming up. She just had a baby. There's no way I would, and this is why I say like dating these um sports players are not something I would do. I don't think I would be like attracted to a sports player because you have to support them and I don't want to support you. Like I mean I probably come to one or two games. I'm not going to every game. I'm not bigging you up. I'm not saying let's go Steelers or let's go Pete. I'm not saying none of that. Yes, I mean, I guess I am mean. I just don't have it in me to do that. Like any man that I would marry or be with for the long term, which there's no man out there that, you know, would want a commitment with me because I have rules. Like, listen, I need I have my own mind and I have my own thoughts. That's a no-no for me. Don't You can't have your own mind and you can't have your own thoughts. But with Cardi B, which is good, she has a supportive family. She has a big family that's around her and take care of her. That's where Cardi B comes in good at. She's not going to fall short, but she has a tour coming up. She just had a baby. I would have took all of that time knowing I had a tour coming up and having a baby. I'm like, yo, I got to be at home with the baby. I got to take care of the baby. I can't be your yes, what is it, your sideshow for today. Sorry, I can't be your guest of honor. He got like 100 kids, and at the Super Bowl, which was crazy, his baby, one of his baby mamas, we'll call him a baby, his other baby mama's a baby mama, mother of his children, was in the stadium with the baby. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm staying at home with my baby. He can't see the game. They doing it's like women like to like be the face of a man. I don't want to be the face of a man, right? That's why I say like when we all have different ideas of what a relationship is supposed to be. I just felt like Cardi B was going too hard too soon for the wrong guy. I felt like he's not worth it at all. He's not like one time I'm listening to Stefan Diggs speak and he says, "Oh, um, I'm up when Cardi B was pregnant." He said, "Oh well, I'm looking up Spanish names right now, talking to Cardi B." I'm like, "Yo, ew, he's just icky, right?" I guess what I'm saying is that it's very sad that Cardi B had to go through this, right? Because she really probably did like him. And my point is, and I guess where I should bring it in at and draw a conclusion, well, not draw a conclusion, but say that, listen, we as women, we have good intent, right? It doesn't make it right, right? We have good intentions, but to someone like Stefan Diggs, it looks like naive and gullible and being gullible, right? Vulnerability to men look like naive, weakness, and being gullible. So he knew that as soon as he started uh, trauma dumping on Cardi B about lack of support, and I could hear him now, like it could go something like this. This is how, let's jump into the mind of a man, which is not always so easy. Um, Good morning. Oh, let me see. I know I only got two people in. It's okay. Good morning. It's been, wait. Oh shit. Show us. Okay. It has been a while. I'm trying to see how can I read this. Let me see. Okay. Good morning. It's been a minute since the Chase Rita Rosie thing. It has been a long time. I know, right? It has been a long. Maybe I'll come back and do something on that. I haven't been checking up on everyone, but I still get notifications from because I don't know who I unsubscribe from. I get a notification from Fee, Brittany, T T Chrissy TV, but I haven't gotten any notifications from anyone else. But to but thank you. Let me see. Go back to what I was saying because I got a comment. I was so happy. Okay, so with Cardi B, all I'm saying is, listen, nah, I'm here for the women. This is a woman empowerment channel. Whether I talk bad about women or not, I'm still empowering you. I'm still here for you. I could take the L because I don't mind like me being like the face of single women. I have fun. That's all it's about is having fun. And all I'm saying is like, you know, Cardi B could have took off all the time she needed. She could have rejected Stephon Diggs and told Stephon like, "Yo, nah, I'm not jumping up in the face of America for your ass. I don't know you like that." She should have been a narcissist behind the closed doors and scared his ass. But no, he reversed that shit. I would have been like, as Cardi B, like, nah, you know what? Because this is who I am. But I'm just speaking as Cardi B. If I was Cardi B as a Bronx girl, Leo. Cardi B is a Libra. So, you know, Leo and Libras are compatible. You know. Like, nah, you know what? I just had a baby. This is me as Cardi B. Remember, I used to have an alter ego. Nah. um, I just had a baby. I have a tour coming up. I'll come to one game, say hi, wave to the crowd, kiss the baby, shake the hands, but I'm not supporting you like that. I got shit to do. I got stuff going on. But I would have said it in a more pleasant, loving way. But what I would have told him as Cardi B is, listen, you got feelings, you got replacements. What I don't do, you let the other women do with your children. And I'm not going to call them baby mamas because that could be ugly. But listen, tell your other women with your children to go support you because I got shit to do. This is what they where they come in at, right? Like you want me as your main chick, but you have side chicks or whatever, or other women. Tell them to fill in the seats at the game with the baby, show you support and encouragement. That's okay. It's not a problem, Stefan. I support you in that. But I can't support you right now because I got too much other things going on that's bigger and better. And women don't talk to him like that. Because if they did, he probably would punch all of them in their face and he would have no girl. Spanish women, Hispanic women, Dominican women, Puerto Rican women are more known as being submissive, especially to black men. And it's okay. You can do that, right? And Stephon probably would not have known what to do with that information, but Cardi B was very enthusiastic to be the front man and the guest of honor. But him being a man that gaslight women like Cardi B and all the other women that he gaslighted, he's able to say shit like, yo, to Cardi B, you know, you've been there for me, you supported me. I know that I messed up. I have other babies, but I love you and I want to make this serious. And then, you know, this is what he's saying to her. Allegedly, and then he'll go into a deep dive, the biggest lie he could find. Oh, you know what? No woman has ever supported me because he said my mother didn't come to my games. She used to work like she was a working mom, but Cardi B come to his games lying. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like people, like he tried to make it seem like Cardi B was the only woman that ever supported him when it came to football, or made it seem like that she was the only one interested when it came to his like career. You know, and he has like millions of children. So I don't believe that. But this is how he got Cardi to bring her defenses down because he made her feel special because he in the interview he did say this because I was watching his interviews. He'd say in one interview he said like, you know, Cardi B's a good woman, she's a good girl. I know I am difficult to deal with, but Cardi B, she calls, she check on me. You know, she asked me about the game because she really wasn't interested in football. He said she called and see how I'm doing, or you know, ask her questions. And okay, so now he's making it look like she's the supportive girlfriend and the encouraging one. Only thing he made her look like was she saved him, right? Then he in another interview he said that his mother, I don't know if it was the same interview, that his mother did not come to his games because she was working, right? So I know the conversations he used and the words he used just to get Cardi B to bring down her defenses, which is so sad. He had to do all that because Cardi B already had a name, but she felt appreciated. She said he saved. No, he said she said. Cardi B said on Gail King that Stefan Diggs makes her feel safe. That's how I knew it was bullshit. And she don't feel safe now, but it's okay though. My point is, Cardi B. It was an example of women that are just like her. We all have dumb shit that we have done for men. We all have been probably hurt or disappointed. But a lot of us women that are hurt and disappointed, it only takes one time and we out of here. Like you're forgotten. One mistake, you're gone. Right? But women like Cardi B, they give men second chances and third chances and fourth chances. I can't go more than two. I'm sorry. I can't give more than two chances. And women like this, they fall into a trap. That's all it is. You fall into a trap. Um, wait a second. You fall into a trap. Wait, let me see. I can't see the, oh, I think Cardi B jumps into a relationship too fast, one after another. She do. Thank you. I didn't even see that one. I'm going to end this in a little bit. She does jump into relationships so quickly, so soon, which is get her in a lot of trouble, right? Because after, I'm not going to lie, after her and Offset divorce, she had the opportunity to wild out. She had family that help take care of her children, help support her, family, real family. Offset don't seem like he's the type to, you know, let his children get hurt in his presence, right? But even so, Cardi still had the opportunity at her young age to meet and greet many different people from all around the world, different men. Nobody will ever know. But she got caught up. She did jump into relationships so quick, so fast, and so soon. And that's what I'm trying to at least share with women. Like, give it 2 years before commitment, right? A lot of people think a commitment, like, means marriage. No, it doesn't mean marriage. It doesn't, right? A commitment for me is like, okay, we're gonna warn everyone that I mean not warn, excuse me. We're gonna put everyone on alert and give them notice that I'm wrapping this up. I'm about to get into a relationship with someone else, and both parties should do the same thing before. Like, getting married is not always should be deemed as a commitment. Like, you don't have to be married legally to be in a committed relationship. That is a rule that you set amongst yourself. And my commitment probably would be like to show that I'm committed. Men don't devote their time. They don't. I want devotion from men and they don't have that, so I don't look for it. You know what I mean? I feel like women, if they start to at least look at things in a different angle or a different way as how men operate and how men think, if women was to sit back and just think about men for one moment and say, listen, I'm a woman, I want love, I want this, I want that, but I want a man who can be devoted, right? Y'all will jump and say you want loyalty. I don't want loyalty, I want devotion. I need devotion when it comes to men. um and men don't offer that, right? That's what a submissive woman go in thinking, that men will offer her devotion, which he won't. Right? He'll say he want loyalty and respect from a woman, but women be like, "Well, I want loyalty. I don't want loyalty. Sorry, mm-mm. I want respect and I want devotion." And that's not something that I expect from a man, because men, according to them and their like ideology, is men are not supposed to be monogamous. And I guess Cardi B, Stephon Diggs is a prime example of that. But that's another story about those type of men. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to reiterate and I want to bring about the fact that Cardi B is not the only woman that do or accept things like this, that jump into relationships. She has really quickly. She didn't have to jump into a relationship that fast after Offset. She really didn't, because she have too much freedom and too much money. Well, she's wealthy. Let's just say that she's rich. She have the means to do whatever she want to do, or she could have definitely had fun. But to make a commitment with a man, the commitment is the baby, I guess. But what I was trying to get at before I got off topic is like, a commitment could be something simple as like, listen, We're not married legally. We are not excuse me, domesticated partners, because a lot of people get that messed up too. Like, you be in domesticated relationships where you and a man live together, but you're not married. So that's a domesticated relationship. But I'm fine with a commitment as like, okay, you have the keys to my apartment, I have the keys to your apartment. That's the only commitment I can give you. You could come in when you want to, I could go to your house when I want to. I'll probably call before I come, and you should call. Whatever, it depends on the situation. That's a strong enough commitment for me. We already know that before we commit to one another, that we are not going to step outside of the relationship, and that's hard to determine, right? But that's why you shouldn't jump into a relationship with another man thinking that you're going to get commitment from him. Because once you start getting or asking commitment from a man, you automatically assume that this man will never cheat because you asked for commitment, right? Instead of seeing, is he capable of not cheating? Let's see how long we play this out. Let's see how long I don't ask him, do he have a girlfriend? Let's see how long I don't show interest in him, but keep in contact with him. Let's see what he misses, right? That's the key point of trying to see who's for you and who's not for you, to see what he's missing, what I didn't do. All it takes is for a man to see what you don't do, because he expect this. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Like, men expect a lot from a woman. And you have to know, as a woman, the expectations that a man hold. And once you realize, well, you get to know him and realize, like, he do have expectations of me, right? But you just going to turn it all around and not give him those expectations, because it's kind of hard to, I don't know, uphold all of those expectations of women. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Mm-mm. Yeah, commitment is a lot, especially these days. And Cardi B, I really feel bad. Not really feel bad for her, but I feel sad for her. That she was just going so hard, and the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, couple of weeks later, now she have a different tune. You know, I don't even like him. But anyway, I'm not gonna sit here and down Cardi B, because she don't deserve that. She already got dragged through this internet too many times for me to jump up here and drag her, because that's not my intent at all. A lot of women, I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna clip these videos though. A lot of women go into relationships and with the intent of doing good, but you have intentions, right? Women be like, well, um, I have good intent. That's a no for me. Like, no, I don't have no good intentions, because I'm not looking for anything. and on- once you show a man that you are not looking for anything, yeah, they get the picture, they get the idea, they pick up on the clues and hints that you throw in. I'm not looking for anything, so you don't have to go so hard for me, right? Or because I'm not going to go so hard for you. A lot of women will say, "Oh, men are easy." That should be my. Let me put that as my next topic. Men are easy. Men are not easy. I'm gonna put that as a. Men are not easy at all. Wait, let me see. Oh, she left a comment. Oh, okay, because I didn't see the comment. Let me see. Well, Carly being Stefan, what would be the expectation? They have money. The only thing they can ask from each other is devotion, respect, and honesty. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes to a woman like Cardi B being a submissive woman, uh, uh, his expectation of Cardi B would be abide by the rules. You know what I mean? Like, he expects her to like support him and encourage him. They didn't have a real commitment. They had a baby. I don't see where the commitment is with Cardi B and Stefan Diggs, other than him having another baby. And money really, like, when it comes to money, like, you need money to find love, but you don't need money to be in love. Cardi B didn't use her money to find love. She stopped at the first thing smoking. That's where she made her mistake at. That's the purpose of her having money, is to find love, right? I don't think what Cardi B and Stefan Diggs share is love. There's no way in the hell that I could love a man that have like 20 kids while I'm pregnant with his. Did Cardi B not buy her love with Stefan Diggs? Because that's it. It seemed like she bought her love. Where was the honesty? He, just because, oh, he told her that he's having 5 kids with 5 different women, that don't mean that he's a honest man. He's just letting her know what she's in store for. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, men have expectations, high expectations of women, right? To endure, to suffer, to keep quiet, to fall in line, to stay in their place, not to speak too often. But Stefan had like, even if he didn't have expectations of Cardi B, Cardi B had expectations of Stefan Diggs, for the simple fact that she thought that he would change because she jumped in to be his savior. And what's his name? Damn. Let me see. Oh shit. Oh, okay. And what's his name? Yeah. Stephon Diggs, I say honestly speaking, right? He had, maybe his expectations wasn't so high of Cardi B, but Cardi B expectations of him was high because she had a baby by him. She has the money to dangle in his face. She felt she should have been a primary one. She thought she was a special one. So because she thought she was saving him or being a people pleaser, that she would come in, save the day, swoop in, everything will be gold. Right. She thought she was going to save him from his demons and shit. That was the wrong decision that she made. But her expectations of him was to like give it all up. I'm saving you from your demons, so you need to like, give it up, or make me the special one. And she found out like saving a man is never okay. Being the savior is never okay. That's just like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back into this conversation another time because I gotta go to the laundry. And I thought I would be I'm trying to see why I can't see the other comments. See, I thought I would be a little bit more have a little bit more time. Let me see, it's 40. So I go a little bit. Yeah, so and then it's crazy because Cardi B now, like, I'm not even looking at her being like a single mom. So what? Like, we all are single mothers, right? It's just the fact that, she just had a baby. She was just going hard for this man. She was just standing by his side during a most important part of his life, like something that, men that watch the Super Bowl, football players, like that's an accomplishment or goal that she thought he was going to win the game. He didn't, right? And I heard like, okay, so I guess before I end, I heard a rumor. Well, I read a rumor, an article. It was a rumor. I don't know how true it is. I'll just say it like that. That she was spending $1.2 million on a party, whether he won or not. She $1.2 million just to fly your family out for your man, and he got other women in the stands waiting for him to greet him. That's a slap in the face. That's what I'm saying. It's okay to fall back as a woman. It's okay to let him shine. Like, you want to lead, lead. I'm not doing it. I'm not right. $1.2 million to fly out his friends and his family, or excuse me, her friends and family, to give a party just to celebrate him, his wins. Right? She has a habit of doing this. Didn't she buy what's his name? Offset a what is it? A Rolls Royce? I don't know. She bought him a car, a watch, or something that was expensive. I think she bought him a Rolex, right? So I'm not doing none of that at all. But the $1.2 million just to celebrate and just to be like the supportive girlfriend, no, that's crazy to me. That's going too hard, too soon, unnecessarily. It doesn't even uh, make sense, right? What was to be the outcome of that? Like, if he didn't win, like, say if he, okay, he didn't win. He didn't win. He lost the Super Bowl. But Cardi B talking about she wanted to have an after party. She don't know how things work. That's not how things work. Like losing the Super Bowl, you think that he would be up for having a party? He's going to be hurt and depressed. You know what I mean? That's where he went wrong and didn't explain to her and say, listen, like Super Bowl means a lot to me. And, you can have a party if you want to, but if we lose, I'm not up for it. I'm not down for it. So I advise you not to spend any money on having a party, whether I win or lose. And he didn't, like, and that's where the miscommunication came in at. Okay. He had her gaslit, sorry, from the time he met her until the time they broke up. You can see up until the time they started messing with each other until the time they broke up, right? Watch the pattern of how he gaslit her and how he's a sociopath, psychopath, narcissist, allegedly. But anyway, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna generate the clips. I just like talking and getting it out there, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about how men are not easy. They're not easy. Talking about men are easy. If they were easy, then I'll have 10 of them sitting up here watching me do this show, clapping. If they were so easy. They would make up my audience, but they're not easy. And we'll talk about that. So I just would like to say thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. And I want everyone to have a great day. Thank you for my listeners and thank you, Brave Hearts. Peace.